The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hand and traced with her fingers the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the two 9 doors. He stood in front of it, looked at the red. It read, engaged. He moved to the smaller door. The red read, vacant.
God.
The digital root of the remaining people was 7. 5 plus 4 plus 7 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. There was no possible way for them to open a door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June, about Akane Kurashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped this horrible boat. That was what Junpei prayed for. Sama came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Thamriyell. Welcome everybody to Not Hours, Not Persons, Not Doors. The very last ending we'll be getting today. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a long episode or not. If it is a long episode, hey, bonuses. If not, then it's gonna be split into 2 parts. Depends on how long this thing is gonna be. We'll see. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and go for that last ending, shall we?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
To give a quick recap, we came back to the coffin ending where Santa took June as a hostage and then forced Ace and Lotus to go with them so that they could make a number 9 door, so it could go through the double doors. And now we're stuck here, not sure what to do. Seven opened his mouth to respond when a noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously, and we know what it is. It wasn't mechanical, it was certainly human. Junpei and Seven looked at one another.
What the hell is that?
Shh, quiet!
Clover motioned for Seven to be quiet. She pulled one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in consternation. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from? Could it be?
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
And now we're finally getting back to the coffin. Finally gonna continue from where we were left on a cliffhanger. It's like, this is not the end, but you have to find out the answer.
You're right!
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
Junpei and Seven grabbed hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find and pull with all their strength.
Damn it!
Man, it won't even budge.
There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it.
Not another one.
Yeah, looks like it.
And we know from last time, we remember the code. Now, if something particular happens right now, I'm gonna flip. If my theory about this whole ordeal and this whole game is correct and something is about to happen that I think is about to happen, I'm a flip shit. So get ready, my lid is about to be blown off from just excitement. If not, then I'll contain myself as best I can and I'll share my theory afterwards.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so.
The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out, and now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews and Simon investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
Ugh, there's nothing here.
Oh god, I hope it's not gonna. I hope I don't have to like rebuild the entire thing. I hope I did this correctly. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to stop the recording and do this again.
Not making this easy, are they?
The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged to that room.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
The world blinked. Suddenly, there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, how truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, my theory was, at certain point, there was, somewhere throughout this, there was a premise of being able to sense things. This entire form of telepathy, right? This form of telepathy, right? Throughout this entire Nonary game, the idea that you could be able to transcend different dimensions and be able to use telepathic communication or to send messages or receive messages, and that's how the original Nonary game members had to play it. If this is exactly telepathy from the other times we try to solve the game, passing on to Junpei. That's actually kind of cool.
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice?
It had to be. It had to have been Junpei hearing himself say about truth again, truth again, truth again, and now he's gonna start remembering the number. Junpei was utterly and completely baffled.
Huh? What?
What's up?
Simon and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell him.
Huh?
If he told him he'd heard a voice, that laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. I don't think he's going insane. So all he said was,
Oh, nothing.
He cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. There were a pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Yes, okay, this has to be telepathy from himself or something. Has to be. It has to be at this point. Either the person from inside the coffin has done that, or it's Junpei himself from the other versions of Junpei, from the other iterations of us trying at this Nonary game. That's him telling. Maybe that's what the experiment was. To try to force this kind of experiments over and over and over to see if they could start, the contenders could actually pass on messages to each other in order how to solve this thing. Maybe that's what the entire Nonary game was about. Learning from previous mistakes and that information being passed on to you so that you change your course of action. Oh my god, okay, that's getting way deep. That's getting way too deep. Junpei. He pressed the buttons. Left, right, left, right. Truth had gone, and truth had gone again. That's wrong. You should know that already. You should know everything. If you don't, then why didn't you bother to look at the bracelet? You already know that the darkness of the sinister hand is telling you to look at the bracelet of your left hand. That's why you looked at your bracelet, right? Okay, never mind. It's right. Okay, it has to be right left. It has to be right left. I might have messed it up. My bad. That was it. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Okay, this has to be it. This has to be it. Oh my god, this has to be it. Junpei just achieved telepathy. Across all dimensions. I think from himself. That's what I'm guessing. From himself. 8 numbers blinked on and then off in the bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh, are those?
Huh.
Junpei didn't answer. Simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the number in his head so that he wouldn't forget.
14383421. 14383421.
With trembling fingers, he punched them in. That was all of them. He punched the E button. There was a moment of complete silence. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid unlatching. Someone sat up out of it.
No way!
What?
Why are you...
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
Yep, he is back again.
Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei? And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Just like Rip Van Winkle. Still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask.
Oh.
Jeez.
Junpei and Seven shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back!
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms. Aw.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back!
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're back! You're really here!
Her voice was happy, but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arms strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let him go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
Oh, you're back!
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though. You did. I really thought you were dead.
All of us did.
Huh?
You jerk! Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time, and every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews, waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired. We are starting off on the truthful ending, the final ending for this game.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
He had quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X.
Okay.
Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me.
There was one route that we did take. We maybe would have figured something out there, but I don't know if it's still going to be transpiring the same route this way, because honestly the endings, they end in such drastic ways, so I'd never know who exactly did it.
I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
Looks that way, huh?
I have some other theories as well, but could be.
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Junpei crossed his arms in thought.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from?
Telepathy it must be. I mean, how else would he be able to, like, experience that?
Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Someone had asked him about while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He had no answer for him then. He still didn't.
All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously. I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
His mind was a maelstrom of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries. He could barely think.
Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
There had been another experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago,
What did they say died?
and a girl had died during it. Morphogenetic field theory.
And everything we talked to everybody about everything. The Funya Rimpa, we talked to June about the Ice 9, and then also the ethylene diamine tartrate, right? Yeah, diamine tartrate. Well, it all kind of collides together to like how things just kind of morph on their own.
The two murders. Switching clothes. The Nonary Game.
And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words of ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together, and the point connecting the dots.
Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship. Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Hopefully. Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps...
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape.
Also, now that I think about it, the additional route was 7 before, right? The current surviving members without Snake. But if you add Snake's number, the overall total additional route together, if you think about it, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 7 is 16, plus 2 is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. That means we should be able to go through the side door and hopefully be able to meet up back with Santa, June, Ace, and Lotus. Hopefully.
Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And now we can escape.
With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
As they snip back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2 on it.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
In this kind of situation, I probably would have a hard time thinking as well, so 7 stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. Simon quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon, there were 4 asterisks on the screen. Someone glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
All right. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Junpei paused for a moment.
Not yet.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Junpei looked directly into Simon's eyes. The older man looked back at the for a moment, then nodded.
Fine.
Well, what's going on here? What is he checking? Someone pulled down on the lever and door 9 creaked open. Then they waited. 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9 seconds, the door closed.
Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So, we knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
For a moment, Clover looked surprised. She recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei.
So you did know I had it.
Oh yeah, well I mean, you could... He did... Wait! He did know she had it, didn't she? Didn't he?
I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
Wait! How did he know about that? Because in this phase, he never even checked her pockets. It's only later that she said that she had the bracelet. She reached into one of the pockets of a voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. Junpei took it from her and turned to 7.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters.
Oh no! We discovered the bracelet another way. It had something to do with Clover, but not in the best way possible. That's how we discovered that she even had the bracelet on her. So how did... Okay, this has to be telepathy. He must be like from a recent end that we got, the safe end. He must already know this stuff ahead of time through doing these trials over and over and over again. It must be.
If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap. Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet.
Papa Swap 0 is not. Oh yeah, trying to figure out what number that is on that bracelet as well.
Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
However, the door didn't open. The reds displayed a red error.
I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Someone waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared in the red.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Junpei. Scan the bracelet with this combination. Snake, Junpei. I remember it was Junpei and 7. It has to be 7, Junpei, and Cap, I think.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap.
If I'm correct. 7, Junpei, 7 plus 5 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3.
If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
Yep. Like before.
Hey, it opened! Had the door opened!
Which means Which means... Which... Hold on, if I glazed over it before last time, but I didn't even think about it much at that point. But now that I think about it, you know what? This might be the biggest clue of them all about identity of Zero, or why the bracelet was able to open for this combination. If it's 6, the only other person that has a bracelet number 6 on them would be June. Now, why would they have two? Now, why would those two same bracelets be 6 as well, except one just written as 0? Why are they both at 6 though?
What? Why? What does that mean?
Both Seven and Clover seem rather shaken as they turn to look at Junpei for answers. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
7 plus 5 plus 6 is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Before Junpei could answer, Snake spoke up.
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with.
Wait. Wait.
Her bracelet was flipped.
Oh.
In other words, June's real number is
9.
What?
That
Wait.
seems the most likely.
Wait.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Chloe grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously in it.
Here, look.
Yeah, the number combinations that we entered through the doors would not be accurate then. They wouldn't be adding up. Junpei leaned over to look at it.
List of all the numbered doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake? And that's everything. I wrote down which door she went into and with whom.
Door number 4, 6 plus 3 plus 5 is 18, which is 22. 22 plus 2 is 4. Door number 2 she also went into, door number 3 and door number 4.
And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work. If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4.
Ha! Clover, you are spot on this. Wait a minute. Okay, there's a bigger story to this entire thing. And it has something to do with June. It probably has everything to do with June. What the hell?
If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3, door number 3. It does equal 9. 9 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8 is 27. 2 plus 7 is 9.
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing?
Wait.
The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus.
True.
Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3.
What?
Santa's real number, 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure.
Someone took the pen from confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations.
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
Oh! Oh! Wait! What? You read out the changes you made when you finished to look at Snake. Snake smiled.
Thank you. That is exactly right, Seven.
Wait, so Santa had number 0 bracelet with him the entire time?
Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
What?
No way. Santa is 0?
What?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3. Plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
I mean, I guess that would make sense, but...
Santa was still playing by the rules of the Nonary Game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0, if my hypothesis is correct.
There were a lot of weird things about him, and we did get to talk to him a lot. We got to learn a lot about his personal past. It is kind of brutal. Also, it's thundering outside, so I hope it's not going to crash the game or anything. It's not going to flatline the entire house. I don't know. We'll see. Lower bitter lip seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei. Junpei remained silent and thought.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case...
All right, that's enough talking.
2 number 9 bracelets. Give me a sec here. Can I go to the calculation here? Okay, so let's say, for example, let's go to the very first door, right? The very first door where the ninth man got killed, right? Let's say, for example, his bracelet was a 9, his bracelet was 6, for example, right? Let's go and calculate everything. What we had as a number 9 bracelet, we needed to have a, he went through door number 4, I believe. The people that had to put the hands on the bracelet were Clover and Junpei. And say, for example, we get this 4, 5, and 6. Digital root would that be 6? No, that would not be correct. We need to have 4, 5, and 9 for digital root of it to be. Oh wait, that's 9. Never mind. Hold on 1 sec. Oh wait, no, we had Ace. Ace was the one. Ace and Clover were the one to put their hands on a bracelet. So 4, 1, and 6 would be 2. 4, 1, and 9 would be 5 since he entered through door number 9. But if you have, let's say, 4 and 1 and 6. That means we get only digital root 2. So that man had to be bracelet number 9 in order for the door to actually open. How the hell?
Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right about this whole thing. Door 9 opened. They leapt through.
Oh, it's right there.
The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Quickly, they scanned the bracelets. And the detonator stopped.
Oh,
After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them.
all right. Let's keep going.
At the end of the set of stairs leading down the ship,
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
they leaned out and looked over the side.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door.
Hey, it's a...
And of course, there was a symbol engraved over the keyhole. It looked like some sort of harpoon, one we used to hunt fish, that kind of with 3 prongs. Snake traced the shape of it with his fingers.
This is the Neptune symbol. There must be a key around here somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
Clearly wasn't going to open the door.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
After examining the door for a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back into the way they came from.
Hey, another door.
With a little more searching, they found a metal door.
And a card reader this time.
A symbol was engraved into the card reader.
It's the Uranus symbol.
Alright, nice.
This is the place.
He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. It beeped once, and the light on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Wait, was this? Junpei, Clover, Snake, and Sam looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. Was this the door with, The room they found themselves in was full of books.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, remember about the whole thing about the, All Ice Alice? The woman, she was hidden in the ship somewhere under a sea of knowledge or something along the lines of that. Well, which we not really dated on, but we surmised at the end of it that it must be under the library. And this is a library.
It's totally full of books!
What the hell?
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
It looked remarkably like a library. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books. More the sort of library that was simply a place to store books. He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority.
Alright, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge. See, yet another telepathy happens to him. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words flow through his mind. We get to search stuff? Oh, this is interesting. Seek a way out. Okay, looks like the game continues forward. That's interesting, actually.